Welcome back. It's a heartstrung story. A Hawaiian musician is singing a new tune.
Bruce Naluai went through a dark time in his life battling cancer, but he beat it. Island News reporter Melody Gonzalez gives us the story of hope and courage in this month's Beautiful Survivor.
Naluai wasn't an average patient. During his chemotherapy treatments, his nurse told me music could be heard coming from his hospital room. Although the longtime musician had faced a difficult journey with cancer, it was his positive aloha spirit that makes him this month's Beautiful Survivor. For some, it's laughter. For others, it's love. But for Bruce Naluai, music may just be the best medicine.
My father played music, and my mom sings, and all my uncles and aunties, cousins, and yeah, actually I tried not to play music, but I ended up doing it anyway. For
nearly 20 years, local ukulele musician Naluai played with the popular music island band Vaihi.
We did about 6 or 7 albums. We got to travel and meet people from Japan and all over the world.
Naluai was at the top of his career when he noticed something was wrong.
There's times I would cough really hard and my nerves would pinch and my arm would go numb. So eventually, one day, I remember I was on my way to a gig in Waikiki, and I was driving, and one day I just coughed really. I couldn't stop coughing, and my arm went numb. But what got me scared is that my vision went blurry, and I couldn't see. I could just see colors, but I couldn't see anything, so I had to pull off on the side of the road.
That next day, Naluai went to Straub Medical Center, only to later discover he had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a form of cancer that affects the body's immune system.
Yeah, it was difficult to accept. The first thing I was worried about was my kids.
Cancer took its toll on Naluai, leaving him drained both physically and emotionally.
That's a really bad place.
In a whirlwind of events while undergoing chemotherapy, he says his marriage fell apart. At times, he worried how he'd make it through, but it was Naluai's family who reminded him to never give up.
My daughter called me one day, and then it reminded me why I was here and why I should keep fighting.
He says he couldn't have done it alone and thanks the hospital staff who kept his spirits singing. He never stopped playing. Naluai brought his ukulele with him to treatments, serenading patients, doctors, nurses, and his loved ones.
From his room across from the nurse's station, he would yell out any requests.
He said music was his way of giving back to those who helped him through this difficult journey.
It's like a give and take with him. It wasn't ever just take on his side. And I just get emotional about him. But
after almost a year of chemo, he received the news he had been longing for. He was cancer-free.
I remember sitting in the car before I left the hospital and kind of had my own little breakdown.
Now, nearly 6 years later, Naluai can still be seen playing music with his new band. He also discovered a new love for sunrise photography.
That's why sunrise is a symbol of what, everything starts all over. It's like a new beginning.
Naluai told me that on his last day of his treatment, he actually had a band session with his band members to celebrate being cancer-free and once again try to lift the spirits of those other patients. Melody Gonzalez, Island News.